Into my eyes is ill-advised. I can't promise you'll like what you see.
Hello, every...
Sweeping in! Flash! Devouring claw! Element for the end!
Teamwork is dreamwork! Brace yourselves. Time for takeoff.
That's nothing! Oof. Up the ante! Up the ante! Try to keep up! On me!
Think you can get away? Let's light it up! Everybody stand back!
Devouring claw! The abyss is burning shadow! Warrior sweeping in!
Close your eyes. Fear the dark. Fear the dark. Be silent. Close your eyes. Be silent. The night cometh. Close your eyes. Night falls.
Installation chamber deployed. Preparing for dust up.
Let me weave you a verse. No, my sword. Body and mind.
Enhanced animal module 75. Stand clear.
Be silent. The long sleep beckons.
Going in!
Eat this!
Witness the power of Gugwa.
Come a little closer. Surrender and I'll be gentle. You're in for a little shock.
Everybody stand back! Let's light it up! Let me weave you a verse. Teamwork is dreamwork!
Out of the frying pan, into the fire! You're toast! Animal test 6308.
Ring cutter! No, my sword!
Wings of darkness! Come, sever night from day!
Power that ended Haishan!
Swirl, Mark 2!
spare. An impressive bounty. overruled.
Humans converge.
Ad Astra. Thank you for
I received a name that belongs to me. Would you like to go moon gazing?
When you're high up, everyone...
Huh? Where'd this letter in our bag come from? Did it just blow in on the breeze? Oh, it's from the tone-deaf bard. Apparently, he wants to hear all about our adventures in Nod Krai. Maybe we can get some tasty treats out of him in return. Come on, let's go to Star Snatch Cliff.
I don't sing for anyone in particular. Still, if someone stops to listen, I hope it provides a moment of peace all the same.
There you are, eavesdropper. Let me amuse myself. Three moons converge.
Laid bare.
Let me amuse myself.
Transfixed.
Are you here to play with me? Overruled. Let me amuse myself.
This is where it will. Transfixed.
Let me amuse myself.
Laid bare. Everlasting as the moon.
A moonlit night for all. Steady as stone, as a good knight should. Yeah. I missed a spot.
This is where you fall. Overruled. Judgment! Shiver! Pitiful. Transfixed.
Wait. I must leave no stone unturned.
Everlasting as the moon. Laid bare. Witness my rise. Transfixed.
Leave it all to me.
Surge.
Laid bare. Overruled.
Welcome back, old friend. And how should I be addressing you these days? The honorary knight of Mondstadt? The Tumaini of Natlan? Or the great hero of Nodcry?
Well, you sure have your finger on the pulse. We've barely caught our breath since Nodcry, but it sounds like you've already heard about what went down.
News travels fast on the wind. But before I can turn your tales into tunes, I need to hear them from the horse's mouth. My wine and my lyre are at the ready. So please, traveler, take a seat and tell me your tale. Amazing! Incredible! The Rapier of Solnari and the Doctor? Truly a tale for the ages! So I'm guessing the Wild Hunt is a thing of the past now that you've defeated the Rapier of Solnari?
Seems that way. We were kind of focused on dealing with the Doctor, though.
Well, that's good to hear. Hey, now that the Northern Abyss calamity is finally resolved, Varka must be getting ready for the triumphant return of his expedition, right? I haven't seen him in the longest time. He must have so many stories to share.
about that too. He did call you Barbados. But weren't you still fast asleep back when he was in Mondstadt?
Let's call it half asleep. I was resting my eyes in the Thousand Winds Temple one day when I heard a commotion outside. It was a young knight who had journeyed there in search of trials and oracles after hearing some tall tales at the local tavern. In fact, all that awaited him were moss-covered walls and an angry ruin guard. But he seemed completely unfazed, laughing heartily as he sent the ruin guard's missiles flying off into the horizons.
Ha! They must have been making quite a racket if it was enough to wake up the tone-deaf bard.
Yeah, it sounded kinda like...
Hey! Oh, bring it on!
like that.
Giving up already? You're not half as tough as Varka said.
A young knight of Favonius trekking out to the Thousand Winds Temple in search of adventure.
A bard in green clothes. Does this mean... I was just wondering I was gonna track you down.
Oh! So you were looking for the tone-deaf bard? Strange place to start your search.
Hold on. Blonde hair, white hair. You must be the honorary knight. And Paimon! Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lowen, vice captain of the 5th Company of the Knights of Favonius and a member of the Expeditionary Force. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Oh, so you're part of the expedition, huh? Right. So that's why Paimon's never seen you around in Mondstadt. Hey, wait a second. We never saw you in Nodcry either.
That's probably because when the wild hunt was still running rampant, I spent most of my time out on my own, making mincemeat out of monsters. I barely went back to base at all. Then, once the wild hunt calmed down, I got sent back to Mondstadt. Mixed blessing, if you ask me. Sounds like I missed out on some serious action.
No wonder we never saw you while we were dealing with the doctor. So, why did Varka send you back?
Deliver some letters. There's one for the Knights of Favonius, one for the church, another for the Dawn Winery, at least 10 of them in total.
Jeez, how many people has he sent to deliver his mail now? Mika, Inefa, Lowen. He should. In fact, he's earned himself a new nickname. Let's go with Sir Writes a Lot.
I'll have you know that poetry and letters were humanity's earliest meat. So, tone deaf or not, I wear the title of bard with...
Wait, really? Darn it! Maybe Paimon...
Anyway, since this young man has come all the way to the Thousand Winds...
You sure are. To use the
This one is for the bard in green clothes. These days, I think he goes by Ven. Doesn't really have an address as such. You could start by asking around in Mondstadt, or maybe try your luck at the Thousand Winds.
I figured that since there was this punching bag here, ruin guard, I could get some practice in while I was at it. So, I came right here the second I got back to Mondstadt.
That Varka is so slapdash sometimes. It's a good thing we happen to be nearby.
Oh, he also said to remind you to write back.
Nothing in particular. Just some idle chatter between two drinking buddies. Varka gave you a whole bunch of letters to deliver, right? Maybe you can head into
My thoughts exactly. Assuming I can find the way. Hopefully the...
Well, why don't we have Mondstadt's honorary knight escort this homeward-bound wanderer to the city? I'm sure some of the...
Let's go! It's been a while since Paimon's done any...
Thank you so much, honorary knight. And...
The abyss. The wild hunt. Andreas. Get home safe, Varka.
Why do my ears feel so hot all of a sudden? Is someone talking about me? Surely there's no way anyone found the secret stash of cash in my office. That would be terrible.
Grandmaster, bad time to get distracted.
Watch out! Enemies approaching!
Huh? Oh, it's just a few stragglers. This expedition is almost over. We just need to deal with these final few targets. We will make our triumphant return! Stormwind! On me! Stormwind!
Without the Rahier of Solnari to direct them, it seems like all that's left is their primal...
If this is all that the Wild Hunt can muster now, surely the Lightkeepers of Nod Krai will be able to deal with what's left.
Just like I thought. What we should be wary of now...
Grandmaster, based on Lightkeeper intel and our own reconnaissance, one of the suspected targets should be...
Good. You know the drill. Stay here and stand guard. Leave...
Yes, Grandmaster!
We meet again, Andreas.
So, you've returned from Mondstadt. Don't you want to see what it looks like now? I was planning to take a look around there myself. Perhaps you could be my guide.
What's this? An echo from 1,000 years ago? Everything seems normal so far. Here's hoping I'm just overthinking things. There are 2 other places. It's your turn, my friend. Come, Andreas!
Although, for returning to your old home, perhaps Andreas is a little too
Boreas.
Huh?
Injustice. Corruption. Iniquity. Is the surface world still as wretched and foul as ever? Answer me, heir to the knighthood of Boreas.
Looks like I'm not getting out of this without a fight. That's where things stand with the expedition. The victors will be returning home. P.S. I hope everyone's keeping up with their daily training. I'll be PPS. I wrote individual letters for each and every one of you. Don't forget to write back.
That's all.
Everyone gets one? Wow! Sure writes a lot.
I guess the Grand Master must have something specific to say to each of us.
Even I got a letter, and I'm not a real knight yet.
Jean?
Oh, yes. That's our...
By the way, anyone know where I can find the cavalry captain? I have a...
You mean Kaya? He said he was meeting a friend from the church at the Angel Share. Allegedly for work. Said he was exchanging intel. But I'd say there's a...
Hi, Mom Beth. There'll be lots of familiar faces there. How about we deliver Kaya's letter?
Really? Oh, that would be a great help.
Our thanks to you too, Lowen. The other knights will help distribute the remaining letters. You've had a long...
Great. But I won't be resting just yet. I have one last letter to deliver. I heard that another challenger recently passed Boreas' trial. Well, with any luck.
Very well, but please remember to
I will. Goodbye.
Grandmaster offered lots of advice in his letter regarding my recent assessments. So,
He wants to test me to see if my skills have regressed? I still haven't forgotten how he went easy on me last time. I'm assuming you must have seen him going all out before. When the time comes, you'd better keep...
Honorary Knight, you're still here? Is it that obvious?
huh? But Varka's coming back. The situation.
True. From what you and Lowen have told me, it seems that Mondstadt no longer faces any threat from the perils of the North, be they the Wild Hunt or the Doctor. And yet, for some reason, I can't...
If I don't make it back from this expedition, you'll have to assume the mantle of Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius. If it comes to that, remember to train the next Knight of Boreas in my stead. I've planted some promising seeds in Mondstadt, but they still need time to grow. Some have yet to master the art of social interaction. Some don't yet understand that they too need protecting. And some, what's wrong? Well, there's no need to frown. I'm going on an expedition, not marching to my... until I return.
The lineage of the Knights of Boreas has nearly been extinguished twice in Mondstadt. The first wandering knight to claim the title arrived in Mondstadt 1,000 years ago, along with he was as free as the wind. He left no succession plan behind. Even his name was lost to history. The title of Boreas could have disappeared, but he had an informal disciple, a knight named Ravenwood, who admired the Knight of Boreas greatly. Ravenwood's valor and swordsmanship earned when the old aristocracy tried to regain power. Ravenwood came once more to Mondstadt's defense. From then on, the title of Knight...
Wolf Spirit? You mean that big blue wolf in Wolf...
Correct. As you may already know, the Wolf of the North is the surviving spirit of an ancient god, and the Knight of Boreas serves as an intermediary between him and humanity. Lupus Boreas, who had never known what it meant to love, came to understand it through the journey with it. This was once a well-known tale in Mondstadt, but these days, few people are aware that the starting point...
Huh?
You don't seem surprised. Did you sense something in... The Great Wolf King of the North came here from Nod Krai. Although he doesn't like to speak of his past. As such, this tale can only be found deep within the Knights of Favonius library. Even the Grand Master didn't disclose any concrete objectives before departing on his expedition. I kept my speculations to myself, however. Sharing them, you experienced the turmoil caused by Dvalin the East Wind's actions for yourself. Surely you can...
No wonder Varka wasn't clear about his motives. Is that...
Very possibly. He was probably also reserving judgment. Having heard about your experiences in Nodkrai, I now suspect that the Grand Master hadn't yet ascertained, and as it turns out, the calamity born in the north wasn't an ancient god, but rather the Wild Hunt and the Doctor. I guess we were both jumping to conclusions. Yes, I completely agree. The tide can turn rapidly in times of battle. It's a leader's responsibility to prepare, even if his contingency plan never needs to be put into action. I'm sure the Grand Master is Thank you for being such a patient. If you have any spare time, would you mind stopping off to say...
Okay, we'll deliver these letters.
The expedition is finally wrapping up.
Okay, we'll deliver.
The expedition is.
Ah, the grandma. On another note,
That turned into a pretty long conversation, huh? We should probably go deliver those letters to the angel share now.
When you're mixing drinks in hot weather, start by pouring in cold water and add ice cubes.
Please. I've known that little trick for a good 10 years at least. You'll have to offer something a little more substantial if you're...
I know there's no one else in the tavern right now, but do you two really need to talk?
Kaya! Rosaria! D-Luke! Paimon knew we'd find you.
Looks like it's about to get
A little liveliness never killed anyone. Traveler, Paimon.
Please allow me to once again express my sincere condolences regarding your late... I hope you will give some serious consideration to the question I asked you before I left, though I'm sure you're tired of hearing me ask...
From the look on your face, I'm guessing the Grand Master is...
He nags like an old man. It's hardly surprising.
Huh? Drop what?
Nothing, really. Before leaving on the expedition, he, asked me if I'd consider rejoining the Knights of Favonius.
Yeah, right. Sounds like you skipped a lot.
Whatever details I chose to omit are in the past. Dragon...
You say that now, but back then, you couldn't let it go.
I wasn't seeing the full picture, but my answer remains unchanged. Both the Grandmaster and the acting Grandmaster are too upright. I can't see the shadows that lurk beneath them due to the size of the organization they lead.
If I had a Mora for every time I've heard you repeat that argument. I actually don't disagree with the first part of...
When you join an organization, you're bound by its rules, no matter how...
You think so? Never mind the Knights. Have you honestly...
Good question. Have you considered that maybe that's why I chose to join the church and not the Knights to begin with?
Are they arguing or not? It's kind of hard to tell. Oh, kind of like the contingencies Jean was talking about. The more ways they have...
Wait.
My reply won't be a long one, as usual.
What should I report back to the public order inside the city? Monster activity in the wild? Oh.
If you hadn't had to deliver that guy's mail, you wouldn't have been subjected to all this tedious arguing. When I write...
It's no trouble. Lowen did most of the work. We just volunteered to do the last leg of the journey. Mostly so we could come say hello.
So you see what's really going on here? All three of us.
Huh? Scheme? What do you mean?
No. While I'm sure Varka knows full well that Diluc would never agree to rejoin the Knights, there are people like Kaya and I. And then there are those who are true champions of justice to the core. Those people are the most susceptible. Not only that, but it happened to a Knight of Boreas. That'll really hit home for Varka. And that's why his nagging is even more persistent than usual. Yeah. So no one's told you this before? The lineage of the Knights of Boreas had nearly—
Oh! Wasn't Jean telling us about this? Wait.
I happened to hear about it from Varka once when he was drinking and started yammering. Although the Knights of Boreas are meant to be intermediaries between humans and wolves, in practice, very of those who have, the best known are the first Knight of Boreas, Ravenwood, the wolf pup Rostam, and— But 500 years ago, there was one who earned the respect of Boreas even before gaining the title. He was a disciple of Rostam. They thought he would become the mightiest Knight of Boreas who ever lived. He was the perfect knight. Righteous, principled. His—
Yikes! Bloodstained knight—
Well, apparently his original title was— But he lost countless comrades during the Abyssal Calamity 500 years ago. The endless bloodshed stained his sword and armor a crimson as deep as black. After that, he threw himself completely into battling monsters, leaving Mondstadt and the Knights of— It's hard to say whether the loss of an important figure in his life is what drove him to the point of obsession. But had he known that the Knights of Favonius would always welcome him back. So if you want my opinion, the reason why Varka keeps asking Diluc to rejoin, despite knowing that— After all these years, he's still as
Huh. Turns out Varka's a lot more thoughtful than he lets on. Anyway, there's still something about this whole Boreas business that Paimon isn't really— If so, why did Jean say that Boreas and the Wandering Knight only arrived here just 1,000 years ago? Plus, Paimon's super curious about what happened to Roland. That's a great idea! Jean said he hasn't been showing himself much lately, but— Hello,
I used to take long walks in Silver Moon Hall every day.
What's going on here? Was Bulbumdum up the Wild Hunt? What are they doing here? Watch out!
A new moon rises. As a dutiful maid would.
laid bare. This is where you fall. Overruled.
Free
Stop right there! Answer me this. The 2 letters I gave you, who are they for?
2 letters? Wasn't it 3?
Okay. Well, Paimon's coolest naive expression doesn't appear to be an act.
Hey! What are you trying to say? Wait, Paimon passed a test? Really?
You may dispense with your suspicions. The wolf pack has borne witness. They fought against the aberrations that encroached upon this land. And our attackers showed no ability to
Well, if the boss of Wolvendom has vouched for you, I sure was. Fortunately, my experience in Nodcry didn't go to waste. Turns out the Wild Hunt. Something seems wrong with that old wolf, though.
Lupus Boreas, not injured. Why so?
You are not to blame. They followed my trail from the distant north across the ley lines. They sought to corrupt the territory I protect. We meet again, human Lupical.
So, are you saying that the Wild Hunt we just got attacked?
As you know, I stand before you as an incomplete being. The source of this turmoil. I can sense it.
Huh? Now Paimon's even more confused. How can you be in 2 places at once?
For many gods, housing a part of their soul within an object is no difficult feat. But those who can perform such delicate partitions as this are rare, even among the gods. The Wolf King, Andrius, was particularly adept in this art. Otherwise, no remnants of his soul.
Huh? The bard's back?
Tone Bard? What are you—
Maybe the god of Animo guided me here. For it appears that someone is in need of a tale from the distant. Who better than a bard to do the honors? Lord Boreas. Lupus Boreas wandered the frozen tundra and stumbled into the Seelie Hall. Enchanted by their song, tender as the dawn's starlight, and curious about the ways of humankind, the wolf bade farewell to his home. As the high tower crumbled and the fierce winds fell silent, Lupus Boreas, who once had hunted with the storm winds himself, looked within and inquired. The wolf entrusted those under his protection to a new god and quietly returned to the frozen north. There, in a palace long since abandoned, 500 bitter winters passed, then 500 equally frigid springs. He slumbered undisturbed until a night stumbled in from the cold, just as Lupus Boreas had once done at the Seelie Hall, and awoke. The night asked the wolf to join him on a journey south, to see once more the land that had all but faded from his memory. The gentle wolf, unwilling to refuse the human's earnest plea, split his soul in seeing how the ice and snow had given way to verdant plains, hearing the laughter and song that now filled the once somber city, the aging. So, this is the world the humans dreamed of. Though the night's journey was not yet over, the wolf chose to bid farewell to his companion. He had written the end to his story. What knowledge he had been gifted flowed. Well, that's how a bard would tell the tale. Lord Boreas, is there—
There is no need for you to—
So that's what happened. You returned to Mondstadt with that night 1,000 years?
You need not feel remorse on my account. If anyone should feel regret, it is the part of me who remained in Nodcry. That is surely why those vile aberrations—
But we followed Boreas' trail in Nodcry.
Andrius should still be slumbering by the lakeside. And there's more. I detect another familiar scent from across the ley line.
Oh, the White Knight who became the Bloodstained Knight? The mightiest knight of Boreas?
I remember him as just a man. His lifespan should be no longer than any other of his kind. It was the ancient kingdom of Conria, as you call it. Beyond that...
If you want to get to the bottom of this, I'm afraid you'll have to make another trip to Nodcry yourself. As luck would have it, another old friend of ours just so happens to be free right now.
No wonder I can suddenly sense the east wind's presence.
If even Mondstadt has been affected by the fallout, Nodcry must be in real trouble by now.
Varka? Is he...
I believe too many passengers would slow our dear friend down. I fear he only has room to carry one...
Alright, wish it could be me, but I accept that we should send our strongest warrior to fight Nodcry's battle. I'll stay here and deal with any wild hunt that try harassing Mondstadt. It'll be a good
I stay in Mondstadt too.
Razor, give me your up. Golden-haired traveler, give this to... It is a wolf spirit. It contains my power and...
The Dominator of Wolves once bestowed the power of his soul upon his pack, strengthening their hearts and sharpening their claws and fangs.
But human hearts and flesh cannot bear the soul of a wolf directly. It would be akin to forcefully to prevent the entanglement of souls. Although, truth be told, that knight does not lack for power. What he needs more is the thoughts within. The great wolf king of the north remains strong for now.
I will protect Lupakal. The north and Varka, I leave to...
Just give me the word whenever you're ready. Any questions before you set off? Better ask now. You'll probably have to hit the ground running when you get to Nodcry. The root of this turmoil lies with the remnant soul that he once left. Instead, he returned to the north and slumbered when the wolf spirit could no longer maintain his physical form. Any questions before you set off? Better ask now. You'll probably have to hit the... 500 years ago, Roland seemed destined to become the... He believed firmly in his own ideals of chivalry, vowing to eliminate neither his mentor, the wolf pup Rostam, nor the Grand Master, known as the Lion of Light. But what was the scent that reeks of blood that Lupus Boreas sensed? And what is its connection to... Any questions before you set off? Better ask now. You'll probably have to hit the ground running when you get to Nod Krai. The soul of a wolf is as... But human hearts and flesh cannot contain the soul of a god. That's why Lupus Boreas developed the... In fact, there is an ancient song that tells this tale. A weapon once of common iron, now through friendship turned divine, twixt man and wolf upon... As much as he might claim not to accept humans, his actions sing a different tune. Oh, but keep that little observation between us, will you? Any questions before you set off? Better ask now. All right, over to you, Dvalin!
The Knight of Boreas awaits below. We must part ways here. Barbatos and I have other plans. We will meet you again later.
Alright! Hey, wait! How are we getting down?
Hold the line! The enemy's on the brink of collapse!
Grand Master!
Haha! Reinforcements! It's about time!
And I'm on too!
We're just about hanging in there. Most of their grunts are taken care of now. Their leader's gonna have to make a fight or flight. What will it be, mightiest knight of...
As expected, this hastily summoned Wild Hunt horde is nothing but a disorganized rabble. But they have served their purpose. I now understand your tactics. Farewell, heir to the knighthood of Boreas. Whether you choose to resist...
Guess they're retreating for now.
So that Wolf of the North lookalike, that was Andreas? But why would he be... Ugh, forget that. We can save the details for later. He was the enemy boss, right? Are we just gonna let him get away?
Ah, there's no point chasing after him. We've crossed blades already, and it ended in a stalemate. Right now, there's nothing we could do about him. True. We're still not certain of his true identity, but whether he's a god corrupted by the abyss, killing him might be just about possible, especially now that you're here. The difficult part is, we can't kill him right now.
Huh? What do you mean? Is he immortal or something?
No. Judging from our skirmishes so far, I don't think he's got any special abilities of that caliber. Nor does he have the ridiculous level of power, but compared to Rerir, our current foe clearly has a better understanding of how to exploit Nod Krai to his advantage, particularly when it comes to Andreas' remnant soul. Exactly. Sounds like you realize what the crux of the issue. I managed to cut off a sample from our foe, which Albedo and Durin are analyzing as we speak. Meanwhile, our other ally, we still have some big challenges ahead before this expedition can finally...
They call this a pleasant surprise, right? I'll catch up. Someone needs assistance. All in a day's work. Someone needs assistance. I'll catch up. Someone needs assistance.
Transfixed! Witness my rise!
Night should. Did they run from home too? Huh?
Overruled.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Transfixed. This is where you fall. Overruled.
A moonlit night for all.
What a nuisance. You can't run.
Steady as stone. They call this a pleasant surprise, right? Did they run from home too? They call this a pleasant surprise, right? Mm.